ma'am. Kay pula. Kay pula. Eh. Ay! Ay! Tangrana, tangling dege.
When harvesting and its related festivals are over, Chorais arranges marriage of their young boys and girls. Among Chorais, marriage within their community is highly preferred. As per customary practices by Chorais, choice of a mate is exclusively depends on the girls. A boy may select a girl, which means kolaiche. Another method of marriage is luinkhui. Out of these two options, the boy and girl are able to understand each other. If the boy and the girl agree for the marriage, the father of the boy and other relatives visits in the house of the girls with the proposal of marriage. They also take jukola, which means rice beer, with them. This is a marriage of mutual understanding among the girl and the boy, including their father, mother, and relatives. Both the parties then sit together and take decisions over marriage schedule and period of service, that is, maksa, to be given by the boy in his would-be father-in-law house and bride price. After successful completion of the compulsory period of services in the father-in-law's house, final marriage is celebrated, known as Ruiju. Marriage celebration is one of the most important social functions of the Chorei community. All relatives, neighbors, community leaders and relatives of the groom are invited in the house of the bride, wherein the actual ceremony is held. It is interesting that with the couple, there are attendants with one each of bride and bridegroom. They sit together with the couple in the ceremony stage. A piece of red cloth is placed as per marriage rites over the heads of the couple. All elderly persons remain present in the ceremony to bless them. This function is called Teibuk and Roipek. All assembled persons make dance and sing together on the way to the bridegroom's house. Similar function is also held in the father-in-law's house of the bride. After the marriage function, bridegroom party used to come to take the bride towards bridegroom's house. All relatives give the couple a see-off and bless them for future happy life.
Nadamle harin. Ngandong talay roy. Indang alian, kang asay. Badam roy baroy. Tayo roy. Aduk siya.
Damroy harloy balit tu dam dorpe.
Dam roy haroy. Nuwalian, kang asay. Warong tayo ang tayo roy. Naliti manlian roy. Dam roy haroy. Tayo roy.
Pasal mo tan sir, nupang mo pasal mo.
Kume!
Nupang mo pasal mo.
Kram. Saliro.
Balik ba bakal tu pa sa tore.
Of baby brings extreme happiness in the Chorei family. When a young wife of a newly married man is noticed pregnant, these news bring pleasure to everybody and obviously to grandmother, who actually looks after the pregnant woman. Different rites are observed in the family till 9 months of pregnancy period. When the pregnant woman feels labor pain, a separate room is arranged by head of the family for delivery of the baby. Ochai is asked to offer a special puja with a view to safe delivery of the baby and good health of mother.
Sangur pani nang matok kanani nang matok ato ten hibok ka ulay ngai surgoni tungai tunai ha ulay ulay tan tapat sedong purmi tungai surgoni tungai mai to kuli tungai sundong tunai tunai do tok kanan nang matok kanan atun lamasana ang par sa amin man muzay par na
Seorang kan jai nanti chokja jai alam dok ga seorang jai lam lam lam.
After delivery, mother takes care of her child. Grandmother, out of affection, sings sweet and melodious folk songs, keeping the baby in swing.
Alang mo papan kaite tawati lango he tun bai khato lai in ro alang mo oh mai ro bai eng atunga inkar do thingo alien rang le hoy oi no roi mai ro bai eng atung he inkar do thing alien rang.
Children's life in the village passes in pleasure at their own style of play. Chorais have their own social council which looks after all the socio-economic and religious problems in the villages. The chief of the council is known as Kalim and his assistant is called as Kabur. Altogether, there are 9 members in the council. Except Kalim, all members of the council are selected by the villagers. After the selection of the council members, Chorais arrange a community festival which is called as Tarmari. In this festival, all the council members are honored. Special attraction of felicitation is with the chief of the council, that means Kalim. He is carried by youths of the village in a bamboo-made colorful platform which is known as Tolai. All the community members assemble in this festival. Male, female and youngsters make dance and young girls participate in Roen Tokalam, which means bamboo dance traditionally followed by them to make this festival remarkable. A grand feast for community members is also arranged. This council solves all sorts of dispute in the community members, which include crime against women, children, land issue, theft cases, etc. The Kalim have power to impose any sort of punishment, including financial penalty. Nowadays, the jurisdiction of Kalim has become limited, and for different issues, Chorais goes to the civil court with approval of the Kalim. Chorais are traditionally Hindus and observer of animistic rites and rituals. They have their own concept of god and goddesses. Therefore, to get recovery from various misfortunes, they arrange pujas and sacrifice birds and animals before the deities. They have believed that if they ignore these deities, they may cause sickness, diseases of various natures, unnatural death, loss of crop, poverty, household problems, etc. Thus, Chorais ask priest known as Ochai to make pujas. Ochai also treat ailing person before the deities for early recovery.
Anay ba mana injay patiyan umang nay manton day. Imin day. Oh, napon nga imin day.
Ilag thalo ra.
Aday min day. Aday jay. Aday min day. Tuyong char.
Ochai make puja of river god, that is Ganga puja, and sacrifice cock on the stream of the river. This is done for the peace and prosperity of the community members, as well as to guard the village from evil spirits. Chorais have 12 god and goddesses worshipped by them, and those are akin to god and goddesses of Hindus. Nowadays, some of them embraced Christianity and they observed rite and rituals as per Christian way of thought. Even then, Christian members of the community still follow their traditional culture with great pleasure and devotion. Death is a part of human life. Chorais believe that Mithikoi is a place where all the departed soul live after death. When someone dies in the family, all the relatives and neighbors visits in that house after hearing the sad sound of metal drum to give condolence to nearest family members and goodbye to their beloved person. Ochai is asked to visit the house and performs rites related to funeral ceremony. A tolai is made out of bamboos in which the dead body is to be carried. All the villagers and relatives then start a procession with the dead body towards burning heart, beating the metallic drum. Women also participate in the funeral procession, singing traditional folk songs to show respect to the deceased person and his soul. After attending burning ghat, a stage is prepared in the riverside to cremate the body, observing all traditional rites. Like other tribes in Tripura, Chorais also observes Shraddha ceremony for well-being of the deceased soul. A grand feast for the relatives and neighbors is also arranged by the nearest kin on this occasion. Chorais is the process of social transition and not so much lagging behind. They have now acquainted with the method of plain land cultivation and market-based economy. Even then, Chorais still depend on their traditional ways of life, which include to sow, to weed, and to harvest. Thus, hard work inside dense forest and to pass the life within natural environment is most preferred by the Chorais.